All right. Good evening, Yorktown. It's Supervisor Matt Slater, joined by our Highway Superintendent, Dave Paganelli, looking very refreshed despite
Good
all the hard work.
Good evening, Yorktown. Look, I figure it this way. I was looking at myself and I was starting to look tireder and tireder every day. I don't want to start any rumors that I've passed away and I'm among the living dead. So this is what you're getting tonight.
Well, Dave, we appreciate all your hard work and the many, many, many hours you and your entire department have put in during this latest round of 2020. Just to provide a quick update for all of our residents, NYSEG has now reported all of our Yorktown customers have been restored. Con Ed is still reporting 727 customers without power. I did request an update from Con Ed earlier this afternoon. We are still awaiting that update, and I will share that via social media when that does come in. For Optimum customers, we did receive quite a few Optimum customers reach out to us today. Those who had or have power but not Optimum service, we've been sharing your information with our liaisons over at Optimum. Tomorrow morning, I'll be on our first municipal conference call with Optimum and several other municipalities within our region. And so that's going to be tomorrow morning at 9. Hopefully we'll have more information as to the restoration efforts after that conversation. Also, just want to remind folks, again, Con Ed and NYSEG, the links are on our website. It's on our Facebook page. They are offering a reimbursement process, and that process does require some type of documentation, a receipt of some type. I would recommend you checking your credit card or your debit card statements to show when you were at Acme or BJ's or wherever. Again, this is for food spoilage. And so all that information, again, is on the Town of Yorktown website, as well as our social media channels. Dave, can you give us an update on the roads?
Yes, I'm very excited. We finally finished our last road today with our little Con Ed crew, which was actually Mohegan Avenue in our retaining wall work zone. So as of this moment, every road in Yorktown is open. There are no trees on wires. Our cut and clear crew was excellent. And now the restoration crews can do their thing.
Perfect. And that's a great point. That I want to expand on. Can you explain to everyone, we talked about cut and clear and cleanup crews, and now we're talking about restoration crews. Can you explain the difference for everyone at home?
Yes. When an event like this occurs, numerous things happen. The cut and clear crew comes out, traditionally works together with the local highway department, and we direct them to our priorities via our EOC. We establish the priorities, roads that are blocked, things like that. So the cut and clear crew, basically, they have to call into the service center and find out if it's okay to shut down a line. Then they shut down the line. They've got to call back and find out that the line is indeed dead because it could be being fed from different areas. So the calling in at the end is about a good hour and a half to 2 hours. So every tree takes about 4 to 5 hours. So the cut and clear crew, their job is to make sure the line is dead, get the trees off of it safely, and then move on, re-energize the line if indeed the line was energized, and move on to the next tree. Now the restoration crew comes in behind them after all the trees are cut and cleared. The assessment crew comes in and they run all the lines and identify the problem areas that may exist other than what we had on our initial list of 74 areas where there were trees or broken poles, whatever the case may be. And then the restoration begins. Now there's a morph, actually. Would that be the right word? Morph? I guess so. No, that's not the right word. Where the two of them sort of come together. That would be the crews that come in from out of town. They go on their own, they cut and clear and make the lines usable. So that's, that's the basics. So cut and clear first, assessment second, restoration third, and in the middle there somewhere you have these fellows that are coming from all over the country, going in and cutting trees, putting up poles, and getting done what they need to get done.
That's what
Actually, had a crew down on Blinn Road that had 4x4 bucket trucks, and they were literally about 100 yards in the woods because some poles are in the woods.
Right. Right. But and the point being, though, I just want to make sure we're clear, is and this is something that we've identified through this process. There's an accountability issue once we go to the restoration side of the equation, because that restoration side of the equation isn't done in conjunction with our EOC or our highway department. So it becomes much more challenging from us as a municipality to be able to provide accurate information to the public about where the restoration crews are working, how much longer until they get power on. We don't get that information as readily available, or if at all, that we do our clear and cut operation, which again is making safe the streets. Right. And that's the point I really want to make sure residents understand when they ask, but hey, how come, I keep thinking about Croton Heights. I keep thinking about, folks over on Dane Road, folks on the north side of town. How come I'm not a priority? And the restoration effort is a whole different operation than cut and clear.
Correct. And as long as I've been here, there's never been, once the EOC closes, there's never been, the liaisons go home, everybody packs up, and the utilities do their thing. And there's never really been any communication with the town with respect to restoration. And I know that you've been very frustrated with Cablevision. When you asked for specifics, what numbers did they give you? Zero. Right. I mean, or they told you they could give you the numbers for the Hudson Valley region, right?
Or they actually, what they really told us was to have our residents tweet at them to let them know that they had no service, which was mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure residents understand the difference between the cut and clear operation, which has now officially concluded, thanks really solely to Dave Paganelli and the highway super and the highway department and our highway department staff. As well as our EOC and Craig Scatola, who's been running that, Sergeant Scatola.
Absolutely.
And then we're now shifting over to the restoration side. Now, obviously, since NYSEG's at zero, they completed their cut and clear operation much sooner than Con Ed. Con Ed just completed that fully today. And that's why NYSEG's been ahead of Con Ed in their timeline. But I just want to make sure that residents at home understand the difference between the two operations and the role our municipality plays in both operations. And so to Dave's point, we're trying to get greater clarity, information, communication, and transparency on the restoration side with Con Ed so that we can provide that information to everyone at home. Dave, how'd we do up at the Hill today?
Actually, we did excellent at the Hill today. Let's see. Hold on. Considering we sort of determined at the 11th hour that we were going to open that,
right?
And I thank you. I thank you two for your insight into that. You brought it up last night, which put a bee in my bonnet, and you said, "Oh, so will the Hill be open tomorrow?" And I said, "No." And then this morning I was thinking about that, and I said, "Well, why not?" So we had 74 people up there today, which was great. In a short day. Right. So as you and I had spoken about. I think we will extend the hours this week at the Hill. Instead of leaving at 2:45, we'll leave the Hill open to 5 daily. Great. So, that I think our residents need that opportunity to, clean up their yards and get things done.
Exactly. And so if you're any Yorktown resident who's cleaning up their yard, you can drive it up to 2200 Greenwood Street to the organic waste yard behind the sewer plant, bring your ID, and then you'll be able to dump it right where our staff tell you to unload. And that's a great service. And Dave, we do appreciate the extended hours. That's fantastic.
No, thank you. You're paying for it.
that we are. Dry ice, just for those who are still in need of dry ice. Con Ed did move down south to Armonk today. I would imagine they're going to be doing the same tomorrow. We're going to try to see if we can obtain more dry ice from NYSEG. That's where today we did get a limited supply from NYSEG today. I'm not sure if they're going to be supplying it because, frankly, they're completed with their restoration work, not just for Yorktown, but for, I believe, Carmel and Mahopac area as well, and some of the other neighboring municipalities. But we will try our best to obtain some dry ice. We will share the address of where anyone who does need to go get dry ice from Con Ed where they can go and retrieve that dry ice. And again, we're going to continue. Please, I urge everyone, Nixle alerts, make sure you're signed up. So this way you get it from the Yorktown Police Department. Make sure you're monitoring our social media page and you're checking the town website. We're trying to provide as much information as we get it as soon as we can for everyone who's still out in the dark. And with that, I just again want to thank Dave, you and your staff for just doing absolute tremendous work these last couple of days. Really setting the bar very high for other communities, quite frankly. Because I have been on calls with other neighbors, and Yorktown, frankly, is, I believe, ahead of the curve in a lot of ways. So a big thank you to you and to your staff.
Well, and thank you to my staff. I'd like to thank my people personally that, they did yeoman's work for sure, late into the night. It's in the dark.
Yep.
They never complained. They had a great attitude. So I'm really, really proud of them.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, Yorktown. So we're going to be back at it again tomorrow. We'll provide information as it becomes readily available. If you have questions, you can email me directly at mslater@yorktownny.org. You can also call my office at 914-962-5722, extension 200. So stay safe, and we'll be back soon. Thanks so much. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.